TV at the church. Can we watch it?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Muscatine Today Show. I am excited to be here with you today. We have a few amazing guests from the community to talk to you about some awesome stuff that's going on. So you won't want to miss out on the show today. Plus, it's gloomy and rainy out. So what better do you have to do than listen to us chat about some amazing stuff going on and some things for you to do that's indoor and warm and cozy. So I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our great sponsors. Thank you so much to Muscatine Power and Water, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, R7 Reclaimed, Impact Life Blood Center, Lutheran Living, our friends over at CBI and Toyota of Muscatine, Impact Athletic Performance, Suntan City Muscatine, Real Estate Resource Associates, Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, and then of course Hy-Vee with the Market Grill Express Studios. We come and take over every morning, and they're so gracious about it, sharing their space with us every morning so that we can bring local nonprofits and other people organizing events here in Muscatine and doing good. And that's what we like to focus on here on the Muscatine Today Show. So we are going to start off with Pastor Sharon. And I'm so glad. I can't believe you haven't ever been on the show before.
I was on once a long time ago.
Was it with Tony?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm so glad that you're on this morning. Plus, it's National Chocolate Day, so you get a cupcake. So what better day?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm watching myself.
Oh, watching myself. Oh, crap. Okay, sorry. That's Chris's fault. We'll blame him for that. I always blame everything on him when it goes wrong. But thank you so much for coming on today. I think we should start. We were kind of talking before the show, and you guys do so much downtown in Muscatine for just everyone, anyone who needs a little something. And so I think we talked about you coming on a little bit more regularly to talk it more in depth about those different programs that you guys offer. But tell us a little bit about why you decided to get into helping people in the community and just a broad overview of what you guys are doing down at the Jesus Mission.
Well, my dad had a church.
Yep.
And it was over on 2nd Street in Mulberry.
Okay.
And he had a small church called Jesus Mission.
Uh-huh.
And him and my mother ran it. And Dad would go along the railroad tracks and feed people.
Uh-huh.
And back then they had tents down at River Road, and he would take food there. So we grew up with that kind of life where he always cared about somebody else. He had a bed in the back of the garage where somebody could lay down that was passing through town.
Yep.
So that was something that was normal to me, that it wasn't just a church, it was Phelps.
Yep.
And so my mother had a stroke, and then the church went down. Mm-hmm. So later on in life, when we were going to church and everything, I got involved with drugs and alcohol myself, and it nearly destroyed my life. I nearly died several times.
Yeah.
And I kept bargaining with God that if I would get better, I would serve him, but it kept getting worse. I was involved in a car wreck. I was in a blackout. I didn't know I was driving. And people don't understand addiction. They think that people can just get better easily, right. But it's almost like the claws of Satan is in you. That's the only way I can describe an addiction.
Yeah.
People want to get better. They don't want to hurt anyone. So as time went on, I ran from God and I ran from God. And then finally, my heart just began to be dealt with so heavily that I knew if I didn't get better, I knew I was going to die. And I had a touch of God in a service.
Yeah.
And I know nowadays people aren't as strong to talk about the Lord as they used to be.
Yeah.
But I have to, because that's all I know. I tried every program. And basically, I was told a couple times that you're just going to die because you're not getting any better.
Yeah.
But I found out that Jesus loved me and he healed me. So when I got better, I wanted everyone to be helped.
Yeah.
So I got out there and started taking people to church. And I went to Davenport because when you have a name in town or you have a bad name, and I worked in a bar and I went to all the bars and blackout spells, you never get quite good enough as anybody else. You always feel in your heart that you don't feel good enough. And so, and then people remind you, and they'll tell you about what you did. But I had to get past that. I had to get strong because I knew there was a lot of people around me that were going to die. So I'm going around, and I used to party all the time, and I go to my friends and they're saying, let's go out and party. I go, I can't.
Yeah.
And they said, why? I said, well, I got saved. Saved from what? So my friends didn't even know.
Yeah.
But through it all, out of all of it, my father, when he was passing away, he told me that I would pastor. And I said, no, I won't, Dad.
Yeah.
No way will I pastor. One thing, I'm a woman, and people put that down.
Yeah.
Another thing is that I'm just not good enough. But after he passed away, I took over taking care of Mother. All of us girls did. My whole family did. That was our way of life, and it was a normal way of life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said, wasn't that hard with your mother being an invalid? I said, no. It was a wonderful, I love my mother.
Yeah.
She taught me how to cook from the bed. She taught me how to do my homework, taught me how to make homemade pies. And when I got better, I knew that I had to have things to do.
Yeah.
I had to keep active. And I found so many things to do, I wouldn't have time to go out today.
Yep.
So, and then my life turned around where we started the Jesus Mission later.
Yeah.
And then it was Pearl City Outreach.
Yeah. Wow. So cool. And I mean, I hear stories all the time from people who have been touched by what you've done. And so I think it's important for you to know that people talk about what you do and what the folks at Pearl City Outreach are doing. And I still call it the Jesus Mission. It's still like that in my world. I need to get away from that.
Well,
But
they both call it both.
okay. But it is amazing things are happening there. And you said, I've been doing it for so long that sometimes I forget that I need to spread the word about the things that we're doing, because we've been just doing it for years and years and years. But we need to talk about it and let people know the things that are going on. So one of the biggest things that I preach about on the show is that even if you don't necessarily need the service that we're talking about, whether it's food assistance or, whatever it is that we're talking about on the show that day, knowledge is power. And so maybe you'll come across somebody that needs that assistance, needs a little bit of help, or could use that. And so knowledge is power, and you can pass that on to somebody. And so, I think it's important for us to spread the things that you're doing, and I'm excited to hear about all the stuff that you're doing down there, and for you to be on the show more frequently. One of the things that you mentioned this morning was something new that you guys are doing, and you said you were redoing a part of the building down there, the upstairs. So maybe you should tell everybody what you guys are working on to put in the upstairs.
Well, we're still feeding 9 meals a week.
Yep.
And we still do food deliveries. We do food baskets. We give anybody can come in and get a shower. We give a ride to work. We encourage people to get a job. And we have emergency shelter. If they come in and they'll work, I'll let them stay a little bit longer to get their check, to get their apartment, and we hold on to their money to get their apartment, but we don't charge.
Yeah.
Everything is free. Jessica Face Closet's free, and that's for furniture or whatever they have need of. Mm-hmm. And we had started the Flickinger Learning Center, and we ran that 8 years, so we dealt with a lot of children. But one thing I want to say is that we dealt with so many kids, and we'd have long lines, and it was so hard for kids to be in that line that it would break your heart looking at them, because it was almost like a shame. Their parents maybe weren't making enough money, or maybe they were struggling off things.
Yep.
And one thing I want to say is that none of them came back. They all have jobs. Almost 95% have jobs, probably 5% don't. And they have good jobs, because they never wanted to live like that. That was the hardest thing for me to see, is the hurt of standing in a food line. People don't realize that. No one needs to be shamed. So we don't take applications.
Yep.
We'll say, what's your first name? You want to take a shower? Go ahead. You want to sack lunch for food? We'll give you a ride. Or we'll take them back home to wherever they live. We operate a lot by faith, but the Lord's been good for 37 years.
Yep.
And so I knew we needed more. When we started the Flickinger Center, John passed away, but he said, Sharon, these kids need more than food. They need an education.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. And then the city took over Flickinger after 8 years, and they're doing an excellent job.
Yeah.
So the Lord started dealing with my heart about a place for women. I've seen too many women die, beat up. I've seen how beautiful they once were. And So we decided for the upstairs, I kept praying, and I really felt that we were supposed to do this ministry. And I kept wanting to call it the Rose of Sharon, but because that's another name for Christ. But there were so many places.
Yeah.
So Fairbanks Funeral Home, we got an old Bible from them, and I opened up a pamphlet from 1940. And in it was a brick wall. And for some reason, a rose grew out from that brick wall. And it said the rose behind the wall, beyond the wall, the rose beyond the wall. And it hit my heart.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to call it, the rose beyond the wall, because even in the word, you know, it talks about a rose, but it talks about that we see thorns.
Yeah.
But the Lord said to me, I see a rose in every one of them.
Yeah.
So it's not my duty to sit on the throne and judge them. It's my duty in my heart to get a program going to help them, and we'd like anywhere from 6 months to a year. You have to get them involved in something.
Yeah.
We've already had people offer to do life skills, cooking, swimming, crocheting. You have to keep active. Health, you have to get into health, healthiness, and animal therapy, anything you can, but above all, Christ would be the center, because he's the one that helped me. There'll be other curriculum.
Yeah.
But this is my heart. We do need help up there. If anybody would like to help us, we are asking for help upstairs, and anybody that wants to give towards it. But I believe we've proven ourselves from the test, you know, beyond time, that 37 years, and now we know that we need to do more. I'd like to do a re-entry too of 2 of the apartments.
Yeah.
Women getting out of jail or prison, that they can come up there. Because right now in my home, I've had 4 different people come in my home out of re-entry. And they've gone in there, they've not hurt me, not bothered me, and they've been productive. So I see what can happen if you just put a little love in your heart.
Yeah.
And you have to be stern, you have to be honest, but you have to love. And love will never fail, the Bible says.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful, and there's so much to say, but right now this is, you know, if anyone has a heart for people that are addicted, you have to have a heart. Otherwise, you're just going to judge them.
Yeah.
And that's not going to work. They're just going to get worse.
Right.
But they can be healed. They can be turned around.
Yep. You're living proof.
I'm living proof.
I know I've seen the things that you've done there, and it's amazing. And I hope that people today can hear about what you guys are planning on doing upstairs, and that there are people watching that are, you know, that speaks to them, and that they want to help with that too, and that maybe they'll call and they'll want to volunteer with that specific project or another project. You know, we all have that passion inside of us that really speaks to us, and so that's what this is all about, is finding that passion and that thing that's going to help fill your bucket and help fill somebody else's bucket at the same time. You know, it's important for us to give back and be able to do that for our community, and in turn it helps us as well, you know.
Well, I have a big controversy. Mulberry is a big controversy because I have, you know, those that will come in that want to fight, and there's so many people that have their minds are stripped from drugs, or they're mentally ill or special needs. Well, we're not going to turn them away. No way will I turn them away. I'll stick up for them. I'll defend them. But I get the pros and cons of it, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay, because if you don't understand as somebody that has lost their mind off drugs, you're never going to understand that no matter what you think, Jesus still loves them. And our goal is to see them get a hot meal and a shower and to get back on their feet. But we do deal a lot with that. I wish there was more programs for mentally ill. I wish they wouldn't have closed up the facilities. I wish they'd open them back up, because a lot of these women and men that are out there get violated and hurt. And I wish I could speak more about it, because I see it. But I don't regret it. And once in a while you'll get a fight that will break out. But that's because
for the most part you're doing good, and they're doing good.
About 70%, 75%, but that's just the way it is in this world. You can't get it perfect, but you can give them a hot meal. If they wouldn't have hot meals and they were off their meds, they could hurt someone in just a moment.
Yeah.
They could walk in somewhere. We have learned that just calm them down, give them a hot meal, no questions asked, and give them a cup of coffee. You would not believe how that will turn them around. It's important.
Yeah.
And to teach a mindset to work, teach a mindset to go back to school. Some of them have to be taught.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm so glad that you're doing what you're doing, and I hope that you'll come on and talk more about all the different programs more in depth when, you know, it's so hard to fit it all in. Like you said, you have so many different things going on down there, but I think if we could focus on one every time you come and really educate people about what you do there and what piece of the puzzle they might fit into and what passion they have, and maybe they would want to volunteer or find something that really speaks to them as well. And
we have no paid staff.
Yep.
Everyone in our place is a volunteer, and a lot of them got better. They got sober, they got off drugs, they got off everything, and they're helping there now because they're so grateful to have their minds back, their life back.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and just start thinking about this. She's going to come on again in November to talk more about it, but start thinking about the holidays, and if you and or your family want to go and help serve a hot meal or be a part of that, that's something that happens at the outreach as well.
9 meals a week, and then Sunday school, 10.
Yes,
10 a week.
10 a week. So those are opportunities that you have, and all you need to do is call and find out about it, and she, I'm sure, would sure accept your help. So find out more about that, and it will fill your bucket, and it will help out in your community. So thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate
you having me.
Absolutely.
I really do. It means a lot.
Yeah, no problem. We're going to go to a quick commercial here, and then we're going to talk to the Muscatine Baseball Academy about an event that they have coming up. So we'll be right back in just a second.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
It's time for an update from the Not So Late Show with Austin, brought to you by Unity Point Health.
Listen up, everyone. I've got some news. Things are still kind of crazy out there, and the pandemic is still going on. And it's hard to keep people healthy. And right now, things are really tough for healthcare workers. There are a lot of people needing help with their health. They are working very hard. They're tired. And they are working extra shifts. Well, that would be like when you just get right out of school. You have to go back and do it all over again. Ugh. So there's something you need to know. It's time to be kind. Healthcare workers are doing the best they can to help you. They just need your help too. Take care of yourself however you can with your vaccinations and your healthy habits. But if you get sick, go see your doctor. If you have to wait, be patient. Be a patient patient. They're real people just like you. And do you know why they're working so hard? For you. So show them a little love, or at least a little bit of kindness. That's one way we can all feel better. Okay, that's all I've got, everyone. Stay safe out there, and remember to be kind to healthcare workers.
This has been a special update from the Not So Late Show with Austin. Good night. We'll see you next time.
All right, so I'm here. We did the magic swap out, and you guys have an event and it's coming up super fast.
Yes.
So it's crazy to think about this, but you already have teams practicing, like gearing up and getting ready for, upcoming seasons and all of that actions happening behind the scenes right now. But you also have to do some fundraising too, right, with that, because you want to keep costs down. We talked about that the last time you were on, like a big initiative of you guys is just keeping the cost down for families so that anyone can be involved that wants to be. And so one of those fundraisers is coming up. So you want to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the last time we were here, we were promoting the tryouts and we were getting excited for the next season. And so now we have 10 teams. We've actually created multiple teams for different ages, which is awesome. So that feels really good. Our organization has grown tenfold. So that's exciting. We love to see the youth getting involved. So yes, that means more fundraising because we have more uniforms, more costs, more tournaments, which is all a really good problem to have.
Right.
So we're going to be here at the Market Grill on November 1st, which is a Monday. And it's fortunately for us, it's trivia night.
Yes.
So that's going to make it a lot of fun. But for those of you who don't like trivia, you can actually support just by carrying out. So it doesn't include DoorDash, but you can order by calling and pick up, take home, or come in and eat from 4 to 9. And then trivia is going to be just a short time frame in there. So
so it's literally, I was talking to Isaiah about this before and he was like clearing things up, but it's literally like any purchase. So you can come in and eat, you can, like she said, you can order and come pick it up. Just don't use DoorDash for this evening so that they get credit, but you can come have a drink, you can, whatever, take part in trivia. Those are really fun. I'm horrible at it, so I won't be taking part in that, but I will definitely come and eat because their food's amazing.
it is amazing.
And I'm sure Isaiah's going to be here to entertain us all for trivia.
We also have the little muskies coming and busing, so they're going to be running around in their uniforms and putting in the work as they always do, which is fun for them too. So to be a part of it.
Is Isaiah around? Is this the first Market Grill fundraiser that they've?
This is the first one we've done here, and I haven't really heard of another fundraiser here, so that's really exciting.
That is exciting. So you can come, eat, and their breakfast is amazing. Have you guys had their new breakfast menu?
I feel like I always get the omelets, Denver omelet, and then substitute some things. Yep.
But you can get that all night long, and they have a ton of great options. But the most important thing is come out and support the kiddos, because we all know, when you play sports and you need all the equipment and the uniforms, and like you said, traveling to some of those tournaments and stuff, keeping those costs low is super important so that anyone can participate that wants to. And I love that when I was at tryouts, seeing all the kiddos coming was amazing. There were so many kids that came this year. That was awesome.
Yes, we've been so fortunate, and I think we've got a great group of parents and volunteers, coaches that help out with the organization. And then we're really fortunate to be in Muscatine with all the small businesses and the support that we have, because we are a 501(c), and every dollar, every sponsorship that we receive goes right back into supporting the kids, the uniforms, the equipment, indoor facilities, practice facilities, USSA fees and insurances, which continue to rise as everything else. And so it truly, truly helps out with taking a load off of the parents, and we can put in the work fundraising and doing the things as a family, which is a good experience for everybody.
Yep, absolutely. So talk to me a little bit about the coaching side.
Sure.
So things are gearing up for the teams and everything. Have you guys started practice for your team?
Yeah, on the 9U, we practice just once a week outside right now. You know, we really, our philosophy, at least at that grade level, is we want to keep the kids active in baseball, but not overdo it. You know, I think that part of the program's goals are to feed into the high school program. You know, so. In the last few years, I don't think we've had enough kids stick it through till they get to high school where it really matters. And so we want our kids to like baseball, do baseball, but also do other sports and be involved in other sports and not burn them out from baseball. And you know, we play enough to keep them active and want it, but we also don't play too much. So, you know, I think some people, you know, have that anxiety about playing too. It's just I don't want to be gone every weekend, and most of the teams don't do that. You know, it's 2 weekends, and you know, in the prime season, maybe 3 usually. And you know, that's kind of been our philosophy at the 9U, and I think that's going to pay off in the long run for the program.
Absolutely.
In general,
you don't want to burn them out before they get to, you know, like you said, high school and stuff. Where
it's burnout. It's also just, you know, we need our kids in Muscatine to play multiple sports. I mean, that's how we're going to build programs. And, you know, the benefits of sports and activities are numerous. You know, kids that are involved do better in school. They attend school more often, and you know, they learn things that they don't necessarily learn in the classroom. And so, you know, it's not just baseball; it's any activity or any sport, or you know, band or orchestra or whatever it is, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. You know, just getting those kids involved is really important. So.
Absolutely. I talk about this every time you guys are on, but I do really appreciate the unity that you guys have on the team, and the fact that you guys do focus on things other than baseball and winning, and that's not like the prime focus. It's really teaching some of those other things that you just mentioned, you know, that it's not all about winning. It's about being a team and learning some of those fundamentals that are so important, and the unity. And so those are all important things, and something that we surely want to come and support. And Monday night's a good opportunity to do that for everybody. So you can come here to the Market Grill. And Isaiah was just here. I was going to catch him, and then he ran away again. But it's a perfect opportunity if you want to play trivia. Monday is their trivia night, and that's from 6 to 8, so you can come and do that. But you can order anytime between 4 and 9 p.m. So you can pick up that order and take it home with you after work if it's a Monday and it's just too much and you want to just go straight home and get in your jammies, whatever. No judgment. Yeah, no one wants to cook on Monday. Or you can come and enjoy the atmosphere and get waited on by all the cuties, and they'll be bussing your table and doing all that fun stuff. And it's so fun to see them working, and they have a good time with that. So if you can come work, or not, you don't have to work. No, don't come work. Relax. Come and eat so they can work. But you can enjoy anything in the Market Grill, and the proceeds can go to Muscatine Baseball Academy.
Yes, and we appreciate that very much. Hy-Vee for being a sponsor, and then also for having this trivia night, which we're really excited about, and supporting us. So I don't know if we've ever shared this before, but last year it cost us over $67,000 for uniforms, equipment, insurance fees, practice facilities, all of that. And every dollar that we have from businesses, from parents, members of the community goes right back to that. So it's expensive. It's worth it. You know, we had some new parents at practice last night that was so great, because there's 3 in our family, 3 children. And so my littlest is only 3 years old, and she met a new friend, and they were playing hide and seek together. And so it's nice to have all these parents that are there to help, because it truly becomes, like you said, unified, a family.
It's a family. Well, Monday night is the night, and it's hard to believe that it's Monday night is November, but
it's November.
it's November. But November 1st, you come here to the Market Grill and enjoy dinner and support a really great cause.
Call it in, take it home.
Whatever you want. Yes. Thank you guys for coming on and sharing, and for everything you guys are doing for the kids. I think it's awesome. I love hearing about all their successes, and I love having them on the show. So next time, they are little hams. I thought that they were going to take over last time. The show. I know. Well,
if you welcome them back, they'll show.
Yes, they will. We'll have to do it on a non-school day next time, so that they can come do it.
They love it.
Yeah. Well, come and support them. It's Monday night, so nobody wants to cook on Monday night. We are looking forward to seeing you. I will be here for sure, because I love the Market Grill food, and it's a Monday night, so I don't want to cook.
Are you good at trivia?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
Not my
Nope.
thing then.
I'm not. And my husband will be out of town, so I mean,
That's
it's an even better excuse to come and eat out. So, because he normally cooks. I'm not a very good cook either. I'm not good at trivia, and I don't cook. So it's a perfect event for me. I'll just come and listen to all the good knowledge. Maybe I'll get better at it. I don't know.
yeah. Just eat.
Anyway, I'll just eat.
Just eat.
I'll just eat a pancake or something. But thank you guys so much for joining on the show. And until you guys can take the cupcakes. Did you know it was National Chocolate Day?
That's exciting.
Sharon turned me
Right before
down.
Halloween.
Yeah. Well, it's
They look
kind of
amazing.
perfect. Yeah, they do. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. We are going to be done for the day, but join us again tomorrow. And until then, remember that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
Hello, I'm Tennille with R7 Reclaimed, located in Grandview, Iowa. We mix old and new goods together so that you can find the story of your home. When you get here, you will find a mix of old and new goods that are put together so seamlessly you won't even be able to tell which is which. And not only that, it's going to speak to you and your home. We are worth the road trip. We call it the R7 road trip. So punch in 337 Cemetery Lane, Grandview, Iowa into that GPS and make the road trip.
Here at Total Muscatine, we believe it's important to be strong supporters of our local community.
And that's why we donate thousands upon thousands of dollars to local Muscatine charities each year.
It's the reason why all of our employees are local to the area and have a vested interest in our community.
Even Daisy and Dilly keep it local by visiting the local dog park. So remember, when you shop Total Muscatine, you're not only sure to get great service, but you're here also supporting local.